I'd like to welcome Paul Ellis of AdCon Consultancy. How are you, Paul?
I'm very good, thank you, John. How are you?
I'm great, thanks very much. So tell us, Paul, what kind of things have you been up to while we've all locked down?
Well, it's been pretty challenging. As a father of two young children, that has its own challenges. With educating from home and having a newborn baby as well, which has been tough. But I think from a business perspective, it's been very much a case of reevaluating the offering to clients, and also just ensuring our digital assets are in order. So, for example, our social media, our brand, the website, and fundamentally just sort of looking at the way we're going to do business differently, I think, with clients. So just very much a case of understanding exactly what needs are now required versus what was required sort of pre-COVID. So just trying to use that time to reflect and put things in place that really is going to allow us to continue to help businesses, in the short, medium and long term.
That's the most important thing. I mean, this big word pivot, it comes there, doesn't it? And
Absolutely.
as in Darwin's theory of evolution, we need to evolve. It's not necessarily the strongest, the fastest, the toughest. It's the one that's going to adaptable to change the most.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think recognizing that as quickly as you can is key to that process. I think that what we've started to see already with organizations such as Twitter and Facebook and remote working is this is going to be a thing of the future. So the way I think that even the way that you interact with your local GP practice or surgery, that the way that the world will change as a result of this is going to be a lot more far removed or advanced from what we were experiencing even just a few months ago. So business will need to change. So again, just using that time wisely to understand how your model specifically will change, but fundamentally empathizing with how your clients or customers will also need to adhere to change as well is key to that process too.
Absolutely. It's all about communication, isn't it?
Absolutely.
There are some companies that's doing quite well out there, other companies really struggling. And of course, budgets is going to be a big consideration, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, and that's one of the things that we're looking at, when it comes to the offering of our clients now, because, as a marketing agency and consultancy, it's important that we work with clients that are ultimately going to get significant and quick results from the work that we do for them. So again, being able to support them in light of what's going on in the market is key to that process. And, as the last century has told us, those companies that do discontinue with marketing or advertising in some shape or form are likely to lose their market share. So whilst we are looking at the fringes of a depression in many ways, or a recession, is continuing to put your brand and and your products out there into the public domain and driving awareness is still going to be key, regardless of whether your budgets may have been made a little bit tighter. So again, it's just explaining that to clients to ensure that they are still trying to do something even in these very challenging circumstances.
So what top tips have you got that you could give out?
I think that it varies across from industry to industry, but I think that understanding and reevaluating how you do business is key. The services that you deliver, regardless of industry, is likely to change to some degree. And again, just having more empathy with businesses out there is going to be key to that process. A lot of businesses have been able to retain staff, so you might be able to continue relationships. A lot of them have had to restructure. So it's adapting with clients and businesses and just having an open mind to how that relationship might evolve in the future. But when it comes to digital, your digital assets, the way that you communicate, what you communicate, how you communicate, etc., ensuring that everything is in place now to ensure that when there is an upturn in business, that you're ready to go, and just making sure that you're able to not really have any more stumbles and just drive forward as soon as there's an upturn in the economy.
Paul, some fantastic nuggets of golden nuggets of advice there. Thank you very much for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thank you, John. Take care.
Yes.